Romania! I mean, Rome, guys. I mean, Italy. We've been roaming around the city trying to find our hotel the last 30 minutes. And the crazy thing is, we have never been to Italy before in our whole life.
Wait, I have been to Italy. I have. I've been to Florence, Venice, and Rome.
All right, so Julia's been to Italy on a high school trip. I've never been, and I'm the guy who has, look, a Roman soldier on this part of my arm. On the inside, I got Julius Caesar. On the top of my arm, I got Marcus Aurelius, the goat. On the inside, I have a gladiator fighting a lion. And I never even been here, bro. Just obsessed with the history. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north and loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius. Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Are you not entertained?
It's honestly wild that like 2,000 years ago, there were dudes down there fighting to the death. And what's even wilder to me, it was actually free entry for everyone who came to see it, and the emperor paid for them to eat a free meal while they were there because he was trying to gain popularity with the citizens. Imagine Joe Biden paying for all of us to go see a Kanye West concert and then feeding us tacos while we were there. Like, that actually probably work. I'd probably like him more. Low-key though, I feel like that's something Trump would actually do for us.
Yeah, he would.
Julia, guess how many people approximately died in here?
10,000.
50,000.
Holy cow.
How many animals?
Oh, probably like way more, like 100,000.
Over 1 million.
What? Oh no.
The real question is, if we could go see a show right now, if it was like Death Row Inmates, would you see it with me?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, that'd be dope. Now we're at the famous Trevi Fountain, hitting all the tourist spots, which means we gotta flip a coin in and make a wish. Sit down. Do you know your wish?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2. What was your wish?
That we have healthy children.
That's a good one. If I had one wish, I would wish that it was just like this.
Oh, that's not a song lyric.
But it's also true.
Love you.
Just like that, 2 days in Rome complete. Beautiful city in terms of architecture, but honestly, very dirty, very crowded. I'm ready for the next spot.
Yeah.
And finally, we have arrived to the Amalfi Coast. Julia has been begging me to take her here since we've met. This is the town of Praiano behind us. That's where we're staying. And it was a fucking journey to get here, man. You want to tell them?
Yeah, we took the train from Rome to
Salerno.
And then Salerno, we thought we could take a ferry to here, but there wasn't one, so we had to take a taxi ride an hour and a half through the cliffs. It was epic views.
Now it's officially my time to shine. I was born for this moment. It's something I've been mentally preparing for since we stepped on the plane, bro. Bro, this is literally like the sweet spot. It's not as cold as the Spain water, but it's not as hot as like the bath water of Miami. And low-key, this may be the most beautiful place I've ever done a backflip in my entire life. Bro! Gainsborough!
Workout complete.
I know we're not gonna get a backflip out of you, but it's obligatory for you to jump in the water right now.
I just don't like jumping in the ocean because like things can touch your toes.
Well, good news for you, this is the Mediterranean Sea, so it's not the ocean.
Okay, but the sea, same thing. Little toesy guys. Woo! Something touched my toe. Something touched my toe. I just can't do it.
You can't, how does that water feel?
Yeah, no, I love the water, but like minus all the things in there. Like, you know, you see like Shark Week or, I don't know, Jaws.
I could be wrong, but I don't think they filmed Shark Week or Jaws in the Mediterranean Sea.
You're telling me right now I couldn't Google people dying from like something, some sort of creature from this area?
I think that's how females think versus how guys think. Guys are like, oh man, this is epic, let's get in there. Girls are like, oh no, there could be a Jaws monster in there.
Damn, my husband is sexy. Low-key, he has an advantage though. It's called Manscaped.
Look, bro, no lie, a proper grooming routine can take you from like a 5 to an 8 overnight.
and that's why I decided to partner with Manscaped to be the sponsor of today's video. For me, it all starts with the Beard Hedger Pro right here. I'll set the length to 7.5 and do a full beard trim once a week to keep that overall hair length where I want it. Then I'll slowly decrease the length to kind of like fade in the beard because that makes it look really clean coming in. Then I'll pop off the guard and trim all the hairs below my neckline and then also above the beard line, just to finish off that facial hair look. Next, I'm gonna use this guy right here, the Lawnmower 4.0, to trim all the hairs on my chest and abs, because otherwise I feel like I'm wasting the work in the gym. You don't see your cuts unless you trim those hairs. And I'm gonna wrap up with this guy, the Weed Whacker. This is basically a nose hair trimmer. It works very well like all their products that help you quickly get rid of those disgusting nose hairs. If you're ready to take your grooming game to the next level, they've hooked us up with a coupon code that's gonna get you 20% off of any of these products, plus free shipping worldwide. Just click that first link in description to shop now. You can thank me later. That was about an hour and a half journey. Captain Julia got us to the island of Capri, and y'all will probably recognize these like 3 rock formations behind me. One of them has a little hole inside, but like a little donut. And now it's my time to shine. You're handing over the keys to me.
Gonna drive through Captain Beast. Or yeah. Captain Beast.
Captain Davide.
Davide.
That's the Davide in Italian. Say Davide.
And we are entering. Ooh, it's a little windy, but hopefully David can figure this out. Here we go. David, don't crash us. Oh, he's gotten a little close to the wall. Really see it. Woo! Baby, yes, David! And we are out. Davide did it. Woo! Yes!
How to beast or how to be a captain in the sea?
Davide! Davide!
Might need to start a new channel. Alright, so I feel like I gotta give y'all a full tattoo breakdown because it's all Roman inspired. We're here in Italy and I've never really given y'all the full story. So the first tattoo I ever got was right after I graduated college. This one on my back, no me ha dejado. It's like the symbol of Sevilla, where my family's from. But after that, I was like, you know what? I want to get a half sleeve tattoo. So I go to the same tattoo shop that did this one. It was just the closest one near my apartment in Boston. And I walk in, like, I want to get a half sleeve. They're like, all right, you got to pick one of the artists. So they give me all their different books. I find one who does dope work. I'm like, yo, I want this guy. And the guy's like, sorry, he's booked out for 3 months, but I can do you next week. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll go with you. I didn't even look at this guy's work, right? So I come back the next week, and I have this crazy idea of all these things I want him to tattoo. And he's like, man, let's just pick one thing and do it big. I think a big Marcus Aurelius would be dope. So I'm like, all right. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, that's not really what the idea was, but fuck it, let's do Marcus Aurelius. Now, the reason for Marcus Aurelius, because he was the last great Roman emperor. He was also the emperor in the movie Gladiator, the greatest movie of all time. And he was also a philosopher. He wrote this book, Meditations, which was about like how he dealt with his day-to-day struggles. My favorite quote from that book is, we have control over our minds, not outside events. Realize that and you will find strength, which I think is like the most profound thing ever. If you're not really familiar with the philosophy, I'd recommend a book called The Ancient Art of Stoic Joy, or another one that Ryan Holiday wrote called The Obstacle is the Way. I'll link those in the description. But it changed how I think. That was like the beginning of my self-improvement journey. It changed my mindset. So I was like, fuck it, Marcus Aurelius is great. So that guy did Marcus, and it's not a bad tattoo, but it's a more like two-dimensional flat style, which is not my preference. But after that, I decided I want to complete the sleeve. I wasn't really sure what to do, but I was like, fuck it, let's just keep it the Roman style. Like, this one has a meaning for me. The rest of them, I just want them to look dope. So next I found a different guy in Boston, in Cambridge, and he did the inside of the arm, which is the Gladiator movie. It's Maximus fighting the lion. Anyone who's watched that movie knows the scene I'm talking about. Then we moved down to Austin. I only had the half sleeve. I really wanted to finish the full sleeve, and I found the dopest tattoo artist ever. I think I'll drop his Instagram on the screen. Super talented. And then he went in, and he thought of the whole idea for this one, which I appreciated. This is Julius Caesar. It has a flower underneath it, and on the outside it's just a Roman soldier with this big helmet that goes over my elbow there. And even though none of these have like some deep meaning, the meaning they've ended up having to me is reminding me of who I was like at that point in my journey when I decided to get the tattoos, which honestly makes them more special, I think. And that is the tattoo story. I'm completely done. I'm not gonna get any more tattoos. You guys can stop asking me. I got the sleeve. That's all I wanted. I'm not trying to shave my legs, you know, bro? Man, the sun is setting. We're driving back home. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling very burnt. Even when I wear a lot of sunscreen, I'm like a little lobster.
I'm feeling so happy right now. Like, man, look at the view next to the boat with the sun setting, and My wife right here.
It's beautiful. No, it really is.
Can't stop smiling right now.
I know. So nice.
Look at Julia's burn. This is some serious business. This is the worst burn we've ever gotten.
I'm a lobster.
Honestly, I didn't do too much better though. And the sad part is we reapplied sunscreen like 8 times. I think we were sweating so damn much, it just dripped off of us. So we just took 2 buses trying to find like the only gym on the Amalfi Coast. I'm not kidding you, on the way to our next hotel. And that has been the frustrating part about Italy. It kind of feels like we're living 50 years in the past. The AC doesn't work anywhere. The Wi-Fi doesn't work anywhere. I don't think we've seen a single building that looks newer than like 50 years old probably.
And the hospitality isn't great. Like we just were on the bus and honestly, I thought David was gonna punch somebody. It was the crazy experience we've ever had. The bus driver was yelling at us. We couldn't get our suitcases off the front.
If anything, it makes me even happier to be living in Spain where we still have like the slower, less anxiety European pace of life. We still have the beautiful Mediterranean views, but we also have the modern infrastructure you get somewhere like the United States. Like I think it's the sweet spot. Workout complete, little full body workout today because that's probably the only workout we're gonna get on this trip. And I feel a lot better. I think we both needed that to let go of some of that frustration.
Yeah.
Anyway, about to head to the next Airbnb in Positano. This should be the dopest place of the whole trip.
This view. I mean, it just speaks for itself. Look at this view. Look at this view. This is our Airbnb.
If only we could copy this view, paste it where our new house is gonna be, even though we got a pretty dope view. This view is probably, maybe definitely the dopest view I've seen from like an apartment or a home. So we got some pre-dinner cocktails going down, or Julia only drinks red wine, so some pre-dinner red wine for Julia. But for myself, prego. That's you're welcome, I think, in Italian. But for me, right, check it out. I got some limoncello, it's called. It's like it's a different type of alcohol, I think. It's lemon based, or it tastes exactly like lemon. So it's basically like 40% alcohol, like some vodka, so that's probably good with that. We're gonna mix that with some Prosecco because that's what the lady at the store told us we need to do. Does this pop like champagne? No? How do you open a bottle that looks like that?
I think you screwed up.
So I guess you mix the rosé with the limoncello. I didn't look up the proportions for this, and they said also a little seltzer water, tonic water at the end of that. Do you think it needs the tonic water? Ooh, that's strong.
Note to self, never let David make you a drink because it's just gonna come out looking a really ugly color. It's supposed to be like a bright yellow.
But it's the How to Beast limoncello right here.
I don't know what you did.
Also low key, this new Edge Element set, it's chill enough to like use it as an airport fit, a travel fit, or just lounging around. But low key, it dresses up nice enough for Positano dinner night. Remember, we just dropped that on Monday as part of the new Edge summer collection. We also brought back our best-selling premium denim jeans in the same tapered fit as before, but also a new relaxed fit, which is super dope. And our new textured tee, which is designed to go perfectly with jeans for a night out. And we dropped the best gym shorts ever, the Elite Shorts V2. You can use code BEAST to save 10% at checkout. Just go to edgelifestyle.com. So first of all, David's limoncello is hitting me a little bit too strong. Second of all, the food in Italy so far, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the pizza has been world class. That's basically been my go-to.
And the pasta is like a whole nother level. We actually took a cooking class they invited us into their home. We were with this Italian couple, and it was the best food I have ever had.
So tonight we found a little restaurant called Saracena de Oro, and I got myself a Diavola pizza, because they don't do pepperoni here. Pepperoni is usually the goat. Diavola is like a spicy pepperoni. It looks good. Consistency is pretty solid. Like a 9.8 out of 10. The pizza is goated in Italy. I would be a little bit worried if it wasn't though, you know? So the next day was Julia's birthday. Kind of the whole reason we did this trip. We decided to walk around Positano, then we rented a boat in the afternoon, but this time we just chilled. We found a dope spot, drank a little bit too much wine, and it was honestly probably the highlight of the whole trip. Just super intimate experience. Got some dinner that night. I drank another limoncello spritz. And the next day, the last day of the trip, we decided to rent a
a moped and just cruise along the coastline, which was like not as scary as I thought it was gonna be. The views were insane. If you visit, highly recommended. You got to do it. One spot we checked out was called Fiore de Fiore, and you've probably seen videos or photos of this. It's got this big arch. People actually jump off of that shit, which is crazy. I jumped off like halfway down, which you can see is still pretty high up there, but it was super crowded. So after that, we decided to explore. We found this private beach, had a little cocktail, and just enjoyed the entire afternoon there before wrapping up with a non-Italian dinner. We were a bit tired of Italian food by the end, so we got this amazing sushi.
And just like that, it's time to hop back on a plane to Spain. It was an amazing trip. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watch that one next.
And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe right here.
Because we drop 2 new videos, or I drop 2 new videos. She's in them sometimes every single week. You don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.